Breonna Taylor, what really happened and what we can do about it. This particular story, unless you've been living under a rock, has really been working the rounds in the media. It is all over pop culture, all over mainstream, all over the internet, Twitter, everywhere. And it is an absolute travesty in which a young 26-year-old black woman in Louisville, Kentucky was killed. And what I thought I would do is let's highlight some facts about this particular case. First off, I want to set the scene with two people that you may have never heard of, Jamarcus Glover and Adrian Walker. Now, these particular felons who had drug convictions, weapons infractions, as well as, a myriad and multiple rap sheets leading all the way up from 2014 and beyond, really is what caused this whole thing to begin with. Now, the Louisville Metro Police Department Narcotics Division was actively following these particular individuals, and they have video cam footage of them spotting Jamarcus Glover going to Breonna Taylor's home and hiding a blue cylinder filled with some sort of substance and hiding it underneath some rocks near her particular residence. Now, this is ultimately what sets up a no-knock warrant. What a no-knock warrant apparently is, they often use it during crimes that involve drugs because they don't want that particular person or the suspect, so to speak, to be able to flush those drugs down the toilet or something like that, and then they lose all the evidence and then they're not able to prosecute in court. A no-knock warrant was issued to the Narcotics Division of the Louisville Metro Police Department, and that was on March 12th. Now, this is when everything goes wrong. They're actually looking for both of these guys. They're looking for Jamarcus Glover and they're looking for Adrian Walker. Now, on the 12th, they actually do find Jamarcus Glover. Now, Jamarcus Glover was dating Breonna Taylor originally. This is why they ultimately thought that she may have been connected with the drugs, and they were going to pursue her and go into her home and see if they could actually find them. But on that same night, Adrian Walker was not apprehended, so they had another reason to go to Breonna Taylor's home. Now, when they did, they decided that, and I really don't understand this part, they thought it was going to be a good idea to go in plain clothes, not say anything whatsoever, and use a battering ram to smash in Breonna Taylor's door. Now, this could have been done in a plethora of different ways. They could have waited until she stepped outside, detained her, and then gotten a warrant to go inside the house once she had left the house, but they didn't do that. They went in on March 13th at 1 a.m. Now, if I was to ask you, even the largest police advocates would say that if a bunch of men, big grown men, showed up at your door and started bashing in the door and not stating that they were police officers, and even if they were police officers, having no indication whatsoever that they were police officers, would you not go and grab your gun to defend your family, thinking that it's a home invasion? It makes complete and total logical sense. Now, in a sworn affidavit, the police officers stated that they said that they were police officers, but there are varying degrees of other neighbors, Kenneth Walker himself, who is the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor, living in her home, law-abiding citizen, law-abiding gun owner, stating that the police never said that, and that Breonna Taylor herself kept asking who it was. Now, there's this big misconception that she was in her bed when she was shot. She was not in her bed. So what happened was this. You're in your house. Breonna Taylor's in her house. Cops bust in the door. Kenneth Walker, law-abiding citizen, shoots one of the officers in the thigh. Those officers then return fire into the house brazenly. One shooting from an outside window with very little view of what he was actually shooting at. Apparently there were blinds in the way and he was just shooting his weapon. 20 bullets ended up being fired, and Breonna Taylor ended up dead in her hallway. And what I thought I would do to really cement this was that Kenneth Walker, the one who shot the officer in the thigh, there's varying reports about who shot first, but even if that was the case, if you thought that you were getting your house invaded by armed people, by, a group of armed men, I would not blame you for shooting the moment that door opened. And heck, the moment I started, I would start hearing someone bashing in my door, I would go and grab my guns and I would just start shooting at that door. I would not give a shit who is behind it. Because the moment they open that door and they have multiple firearms aimed at you, you're already at a losing position. You're already at a losing battle. It only takes one shot in order for the fight to end. And this is where I'm at. You have a dead girl and you have a boyfriend who is absolutely and completely distraught. And what I thought I would do here is let you listen to the actual video of Kenneth Walker calling 911 after this brutal shooting of 20 rounds, officers just shooting like the Wild West, and ultimately leaving Breonna Taylor dead. So here it is.
911, Operator Harris, where is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Okay, where are you located?
I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4.
3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Okay, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 26. Bring it. Oh my
You said 26.
God.
Where was she shot at?
I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Mama.
You said she's 26. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, she's not. Breathe. God.
Okay, and you said you're in apartment number 4?
Hell. Oh, my God. Yes, hell.
What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Kenneth Walker.
You said Kenneth?
Hell.
And you said she's 26?
Yes.
Okay, you said 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes.
Okay. Can you check and see where she's been shot at?
I can't get on her stomach.
Okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, breathe.
Okay.
I think
Now, as you can see, there is a ton of emotion in that particular audio, and it really is heartfelt. And you can imagine being in that situation. You're in the hallway, and your girlfriend's laying there, and she's dead. And you don't know where the officers are. You don't even know if they're officers. And you call the police, asking for help because you think your home is being attacked and being invaded. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Now, I'm not going to try to justify the officer's actions, but if I was to make an argument, it would be this. First of all, if you're shot in a firefight, a lot of your training may just go out the window. Now, you may hope that officers would be more well trained in order to cope with that, but the moment, if I was shot in a gunfight and I was a police officer, I would probably just unload my clip just to, hope and basically pray and spray to make sure that I got that assailant down. Obviously, it's a brazen act, but when you are shot or one of your friends are shot and you don't know if, all it takes is one bullet to whiz by and hit you and you're gone, I don't think I would be able to have that type of trigger control knowing that I've been hit. Now, the ballistics haven't come out, purely to indicate who of the officers actually killed Breonna Taylor. More evidence is proceeding, and hopefully justice will happen. But in this case, like I said, it really is going to be difficult in order to state that these officers should be indicted, because they were following the rule of law. Now, you can argue that that particular law is unjust, and I will agree with you 100%. And that's why I believe that we should bring in a new set of legislation, whether it be from a federal level or on a state level, something that's going to stand the test of time. And that's why I propose something like Breonna's Law. Breonna's Law would end no-knock search warrants. It would end plainclothes officers entering into someone's home. Now, you could make particular exceptions for those of you who are worried about, maybe child trafficking, or maybe you have a situation where you need to go in and, something in terms of terrorism. And I can understand that. But if we're talking about, drug offenses, if we're talking about, low-level drug offenses, low-level drug crimes, stuff of this nature, it's not something like kidnapping or something crazy like that, then I see no reason why this should be on the books at all. And that's ultimately what I think should happen and probably will happen. But we need more people speaking up about this. We need more people stating that you can't have members of the state show up, guns drawn, not announce themselves in plain clothes, bust open your door, and not expect you to fire on them. Kenneth Walker, law-abiding gun owner, did the exact same thing I would do in that particular situation, and a situation that I think most people would do in general. And honestly, this is a huge advocate for owning your own firearm. If the state is willing to just show up at your house after finding the guy that they originally were searching for, now they were searching for Adrian Walker, I'll give you that, but if they're able to just come into your home and start shooting, kill your wife, kill your child, kill your brother, kill your sister, kill your mother, kill your father, whatever. Disgusting. This is not something that can stand, and that's why you should get behind me and get behind a movement that is going to actually enact change. And that's why I believe in Breonna's Law. So I'm going to do Breonna's Law as the hashtag. We must end plainclothes officers and no-knock warrants because they are unconstitutional. There's a Fourth Amendment, unreasonable search and seizure. You can't just bust into someone's house in plain clothes. And for those who are advocating still for no-knock warrants, even if you were to say that, those officers need to identify who they are, because all it takes from a criminal's mindset is, hey, you know what? These no-knock warrants are pretty nice. I wanna go over to that guy's house. I know he has a bunch of money. All I have to do, I can wear plain clothes. I can just walk in with my gun, say, police, police! And that person, all of a sudden, oh, it's police, drop my gun, boom, boom, now you have another person dead, another innocent person dead. This is something that can be used by criminals. And it's disgusting. We shouldn't have a dead girl on our hands. It's gross. It's incompetence. It's statism. It's authoritarianism. Real authoritarianism. So with that being said, let's work for Breonna's Law. Let's work on coming together. Let's work on uniting the country. And let's work to make a better and safer place for everyone. Out.